Good afternoon. I want to welcome you all to our first group today. My name is Monica Smith, and I will be your facilitator. The reason that we are having this group is because you all have difficulty with communication. And communication as it pertains to learning how to be more assertive, learning how to say no, learning how to accept when people tell you no, okay? A few weeks ago, I remember we were doing an activity in here and the topic kind of came up. And it was a few people that mentioned that sometimes it's hard for them to say no. Does everyone have that problem, saying no?
Yeah, I do.
Yes. Okay.
Take care of everybody.
So the first thing I want to go over is the contract for the group, okay? Now, though when we did the assessment, when we all did the paperwork you had to fill out prior to group beginning, we discussed some of the things individually, but I wanted to address the things within the group as well as it pertains to the group contract. As it states at first, as a group member, I expect, and I'm speaking in first person, but it's like I'm speaking for you all, okay? As a group member, I expect to benefit from participation. I recognize that I have rights and responsibilities as a group member. Number 2, the goals of this group. So one of the goals of the group is to learn how to effectively communicate. You can write it in, yes. The other goal is to learn how to say no and accepting the word no. And the other thing is to learn how to communicate without being aggressive or passive aggressive or manipulating to get what you may want. Okay. Now, in here, in one part of the group contract is that you all will attend group and you will be on time for group. Do you know why it's important to be on time for group?
Because once group starts and someone interrupts,
And so what does that do to the group?
it stops.
Disrupts it.
It disrupts the group. But what does that, like you as members of the group, how does that make you feel?
There's a lack of respect.
A lack of respect. Anyone else?
We're not getting our money's worth.
Not getting your money's worth? Okay, because we're gonna get to that part soon on this contract. Very good. Now, if you have to cancel group, I do understand that emergencies happen. If you do have to cancel group, just try to let me know in advance or let Ms. Paul know, who is our co-facilitator, that you will not be able to attend group. In the event if something like that is to happen, me as a facilitator or Ms. Paul as the co-facilitator, it is not our duty or job to convey to the members of the group exactly what is going on with you, even if you don't mind others to know, but that's still a way of just respecting your confidentiality, okay? So generally when group members cannot attend group, and I do know that they cannot attend group, I would just tell the group that unfortunately you won't be able to attend this week, and you will be back when you're able to return to group, okay? If for some reason you all decide not to be part of the group anymore, because something like that does happen, it can be for various reasons, just please try to let us know in advance. It's best not to just leave the group, because it kind of would make, your group members maybe worry about you, or maybe have some concerns about maybe what is happening with you, okay? Another thing is, do not socialize to anyone outside of the group. Do not, I don't care how interesting the stories may be or what may happen within the group, but please do not leave outside of this group and discuss. I don't even want you all to even discuss it among yourself, because you just never know who's listening, okay? And that also pertains to confidentiality, and as I always say, everything is confidential, except when? What are the things that, as a professional, I would have to report?
Suicide,
Suicide, what else?
harm to self or
Harm
others.
to self or children.
Very good. Or any vulnerable population, even if you know someone that's mentally challenged or someone who is elderly. Very good. The cost of the group is $1 million.
I think I'm gonna leave now.
No, you're bowling, you already paid. We got your money back last week, okay? And that's 10,000 a session. The group begins every day, the group begins on Mondays and Wednesdays from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Now, as far as the rules of the group, we will only be on a first name basis. We don't need to know each other's last name unless you want to say that, but don't feel that you have to know that. Children will not be allowed to attend the group. Your friends will not be allowed, or your family members will not be allowed to attend the group. This is a closed-ended group. Also, no food or drink while in the group, because that can also serve as a distraction. However, if it's after group, if you want to pass out a snack or something, just let myself or Ms. Paul know